what I mean by vendor is like district manager that assign cases to us. So the district manager actually been trying to hit on me for over years, and he does that with everyone. So everybody kind of get in, all the small women business, they're either court reporter or they're, copy service, they're all kissed up to him. They let him to make the move because they wanted to make sure they get the business, right? It doesn't affect me because I don't really care. But he's been trying to hit on me for over a year. But because I keep rejecting him, and the last time I have to go in Vegas, I'm trying to take SLS Hotel as my next territory. And then after the dinner, he said, let's go have a drink. And then I took off. I didn't even say bye. I just said, bye, I'm tired. He said, well, can you wait for 5 minutes? I'm gonna go grab my stuff and we can go get a drink. I took off. I don't wanna say, I already told you no, so I'm not gonna stick around. When you come back, we're not gonna go get a drink. I'm tired. It's 10 o'clock, tomorrow's Friday, I'm gonna go visit the office, I'm out of there. So I took the Uber and I went back. So now he's like telling all the claim adjusters, stop sending cases to me. So I have all the email, all the texts. I have two options. One option was ignore it because I don't really care. I have business anyway. And then it's their loss because I'm a great attorney, law firm is awesome. And then I just ignore that. Or second, I can ignore all that because I know law firm is awesome, everybody's excellent attorney, but I also wanted to teach him a lesson and say don't ever mess with women again. So I was gonna send a letter to his boss and then say, and show him all the text and email that he has sent and call in the middle of the night and say that's not appropriate behavior. So if you guys want to stop sending cases to our firm, we have no problem, but we just want to let you know if I don't want to do that again. But this is what we were talking about while I was in the car, because I wanted to make a point and I wanted to help other small business owners because they all have the same complaint and they've been talking to me about it. So.
Anybody else? Kathy, thanks. It's a very nice speech.
Okay, I can just talk to you like that. So pleasure to have you talk to us. It's a wonderful speech. My question is, you obviously looks like a very confident female. It's our model. We want to get the confidence like that level. Do you have any tips?
You know what? Thank you, because it's really true what people say. When you fake long enough, it becomes you. So trust me, there's a lot of time, this is because of practice, I do this a lot now, but I remember in the beginning, my leg would be shaking on the table. And then I had to put one of my hand on my lap like this to hold my leg not moving, because I was like this. So honestly, thank you, I'm like, yay, I made it. But if you fake long enough, it really happens, it becomes you. And then I think you just have to remember the mind and then the energy that you send out. If you keep me believing something and then having intention out there, it really happened. I swear, it's amazing how world work that way, right? So if you just say, you know what, I'm not scared. I'm gonna kick ass. I'm gonna do well. You keep me saying that, it really happened. And this is another reason why when people go into divorce, I wanted to say positive thing about each other, and I wanted to say positive thing about the kid. Because whatever you say, that's what your kid's gonna become. So I always tell them how smart they are, tell them how great they are, how much you appreciate their year. The divorce have nothing to do with them, always remind them, because your word, your intention really become who you are. It really does.
Any other questions? No? Oh, got it in the back.
Your story is amazing.
Oh.
I'm curious about like 15 years of practice and your experience from the beginning. What kind of changes that you witnessed at women's their response to like being through divorces or being through like hardship on their relationships? And I think I'm more interested, like really curious to know what kind of changes you've seen in the past 15 years. Like you said, 10 years ago, you're bringing that is something that people feel is very uncommon, but right now there are a lot more women are doing it. So in terms of like
Yeah, I would say even back then when I was little, my grandmother always raised me to be independent. And then I think that I have a son, but I always thought if I have a little girl, I would make sure she also independent, and then don't depend on others that thinking that somebody gonna give her everything, because you can count on anybody but yourself. So I think that's a really good value, especially to a little girl to grow. And then from the last 15 years, in the beginning, most of my clients are all men because the one who the high earner in the house, so income, that have changed dramatically. So a lot of my clients are actually all women, are very powerful women. And sometimes I see that there's a bunch of little young people hang out with her. So I don't know what to say to her, but I was like, hey, the girl want to have some fun? You know, to her, right? So, it's kind of funny because sometimes now I have more female clients, the one that the ex is asking for spousal support. And then while they're going through the divorce, there's always a couple of guys hanging out with her, because now women, they want to enjoy their life. They figure, you know what? I don't need you to survive. I'm independent. I have my own career. I have my kids. I'm happy. I want to live my life, and then I think that's great. You should, because like I said, you can die tomorrow. What happened in the tombstone? So they want to enjoy their life. They want to have the opportunity to really enjoy their life. They're only a parent. They're only their mom. They only do the life part, and they don't need to start in an unhappy relationship just because of money. So I think that's awesome. So I just see a lot of women are the high earner now. It's not just the men. And same thing, we always say, oh, men are jerk. That's not true. I see a lot of women also having an affair. So it's not just men. I always try to correct that. So, women can be just as guilty as men. You guys should think to me later. It's true, but it's true. It's true. It's just the reason how women having an affair and how men having an affair is completely different. And the one thing about women I really like is that when women is done, they're all done.
No strings attached.
Yeah. Men they will prefer her, right? They can tease. They always kind of come back and just I don't know. They're more wishy-washy. I have cases which my clients are now and they file divorce 2 years later they get back, and I'm like, what? I got your hair. But when women, the funny thing about women is that, and I can see that because I will be the same. When women is done, they're done. They have high tolerance. They put up with it. Yes. They put up with it, and they try to change. They want to wait, and then wait. And then once the kids is growing up, they feel like the kids are taken care of, they will leave. And then the guy always like, I don't know what happened. I have no idea. She just told me she want to get divorced. And then it's like, maybe she's having an affair. I'm like, no, she didn't have an affair. I'm like, what happened? So she's saying that I don't care about her, I don't bring her flower, I don't appreciate her. I was like, yeah, she's done with you. She's done. She want to enjoy her life now. So she's done taking care of you, the big baby. So yeah. So when woman's done, woman's done. That's the thing I noticed about divorce.
Yeah.
So, we're coming up to the hour at 1 o'clock, and I just want to be sensitive to everyone's time.
Yeah.
So, I just have to thank Renee for sharing your story. It's like, I didn't expect this. I didn't know what to expect today, and really emotional, but in a positive way. Very empowering and inspiring. So, thank you, Evie, for coming out.
Thank you all.
To share that lunch with me.
We're going to have more throughout the year.